Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Janty from Boppity Paying here for another episode of Skyrim. So in the last episode, we escaped from Helgen, sorry, and I ran down the road and got killed by a wolf. So that was quite unfortunate. So we're gonna have to replay the segment of leaving Helgen and going towards Riverwood. But that's okay, guys. That is okay, guys. So let's get right into it, guys.
Wait.
We don't want to play survival mode because it's too hard. So it is, guys.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
Wow, look at the graphics,
Closest
guys.
town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Yeah, guys, there's actually an Easter egg. Hadvar actually tells you to split up, but you can actually stay with him and you can continue the quest. That's just a nice Easter egg I thought I would let you guys know about.
Listen, we should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. If the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
Fun fact for you guys, that's actually a reference to the quest Bleak Falls Barrow that you receive later on in the game. Bethesda's really good at adding in Easter eggs and little hints like that, which I commend them for.
These are the Guardian Stones.
We're going to pick the Warrior Stone because it takes the most skill.
13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Warrior. Good. I knew you shouldn't have been on that
The Warrior Standing Stone is actually a reference to the Warrior skill tree. Look, guys, look, it's a mammoth, a battle axe. Look, it's the same. He has a battle axe. It's actually a reference to that, guys. Bethesda's really good at adding Easter eggs into the games.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you've already earned your pardon. But until we get that confirmed by General Tullius, just stay clear of other Imperial soldiers and avoid any complications, alright?
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to actually fix the camera again because I did it in the last episode and died, so it reset. So let's fix that, guys. There we go, guys. It's fixed. Why is it not fixed, guys? I swear. That's actually the fake move. Let's do that. There you go, guys. It's fixed. Okay, guys, so this part of the game is actually very difficult. You need to quickly dispatch a number of wolves before they actually take the damage or anything.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
Okay, so they're not even gonna attack me, guys. That's good. guys were in
Things look
Riverwood.
quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the
Uncle
mountain.
Alvar, hello.
It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother.
Are you on leave?
If you
from
keep on like this,
Saul?
everyone in town will
Oh,
think you're crazy.
What happened
And
to
I've
you,
got
boy?
better things to do than listen
Are
to
you in some
Uncle,
kind of
please,
trouble?
keep your...
I'm gonna actually take her helmet off because it's just impolite to keep your helmet on.
Are you in
I'm
some
fine.
kind of
We
trouble?
should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
She's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
Okay, guys, let's actually go into Alvar's house.
Sigrid, we have company.
Ain't used to strangers here in Riverwood. All right then. Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then, boy, what's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to stop. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Grilled mom of kebabs. There's a wee bit of sauce.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new. Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill. Jarl Balgruuf, he rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war. I'm afraid it can't last, though. I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Elisif much. Who can blame him? But I've no doubt he'll prove loyal to the Empire in the end. He's no traitor. Ah, I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torrig when he was murdered. Ulfric murdered Torrig, you know. Walked right into his palace in Solitude and killed him. Shouted him to death, if you believe the stories. That's what started this whole war. The Empire couldn't ignore that. Once the Jarls start killing each other, we're back to the bad old days. Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun,
Ah, the falls
just
road.
keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace.
Hey guys, that's actually a reference to the Falls Road in Belfast, and that actually points us to believe that Skyrim takes place in Belfast.
People are rightly stirred up about the damn Thalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people, just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim. It's from that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his Sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. Sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down, dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me. Aye.
Did you really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Well, I'd better get back to work. You two make yourselves at home.
Cheers.
It's nice to be back in a friendly spot, huh? Listen, I'm going to lay up here for a while. You can make your own way to Solitude from here. I'd recommend heading to Whiterun, just down the road from here. From there you can take a carriage to Solitude. Of course. I know today wasn't the best introduction to the Legion, but I hope you'll give us another chance. The Legion could really use someone like you, especially now. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. I don't blame you for being angry about it. I would be too in your shoes. But it was all a mistake. You weren't supposed to be on that cart with those Stormcloak traitors. And the Imperial Legion needs your help. Especially now, with that dragon out there somewhere and Ulfric back on the loose. I hope so. The Legion is Skyrim's only hope right now. Come on, we better get moving.
Make yourself at home. Mm-hmm. What are you doing that for?
Okay, guys, so I have quite a few quests to do. Let's have a look. We should go to Whiterun and do that quest. But first, oh, I thought that was Fender.
What was that? Argonian. Time to end. Somebody help!
No sign of it.
Cleared out, I guess.
Found it. Just walked in. There's Fender.
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not. Maybe... Never mind. But I would stay away from him if I were you. He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope. I've been thinking. Maybe Camilla needs a little help seeing Sven for what he is. Could you give her this letter and say it's from Sven? I think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly.
Right, no problem. Is that her, right? Good, good.
Is there something I can do for you? See you around.
Got something
Well,
for
one
just
of
about
us has to do
everybody in
something.
here.
I
Give a holler
said
if you have
no.
any questions.
No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
What's up your eyebrows, woman? Oh, Jesus.
Maybe you
Christ.
could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Obviously, he's not selling nothing because the game restarted.
I better get back to cleaning the store. What a mess.
The state of her. I'll look that up and see what the problem is. Go try and fix it, hold on.